because he is like the go-to guy now. He is the one that everybody's looking at and saying, you know what, I like that actor because that, you know, that's Gollum, and I'm gonna look at him and say that's Caesar. He created an amazing, one of the most memorable characters in the movie this year and the last couple of years. The direction by this guy Rupert Wyatt, a new director, I loved it, you know. I can't wait to see a sequel for it. I think that this is a case of film studio just getting everything right. Somebody who really loved Planet of the Apes like I do, who really loves that series and loved what it was trying to. The thing about the originals is that they all have a moral lesson to them, and the remake had none. The remake the only lesson it had was Marky Mark is a terrible astronaut. That was like the only, which, no, we all knew that, it's Marky Mark, but the thing about this one is that this was somebody went and watched the original Planet of the Apes movies and goes, I want to make a prequel that has the same themes and moral value that the originals do. And damn, if they were not absolutely 100% spot on, picture perfect with almost everything. Thinking about the movie, I'm almost raising my rating to a 10 the more I think about it, because after I saw it, I was thinking about it more and more. Just the characters, it was so fleshed out. This was a movie. Had this character of Caesar been a human, people would be raving on it like crazy because it's a developed character. Had Caesar been a retarded person who couldn't talk, every single critic would be like, a triumph. But of course, most people are loving it. But you know, there's going to be those skeptics who are like, yeah, I didn't think it was that good. But you know what? Screw those people. Don't watch movies. This movie is so good. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Rise of the Awesome. Yeah, represent.
Okay, I'm back.
I love how I go, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I'll be right back. Then I do this entire rant, and then Ted goes, all right, guys, I'm back.
This is one thing I noticed about Rise of the Planet. I said in my review is that it's pretty much like X-Men First Class for the Planet of the Apes franchise, which it's like a prequel, but it reboots it, takes it in a whole new direction. It's really reflecting it into it. Since for the past few years, for both franchises, they've been jokes for a long time. A good director just came along and said, "Hey, I love the originals that were actually good. I want to reboot this thing and make it good again," and he did.
I agree. Yeah, and
the only thing I got to say about Rise of the Planet of the Apes is that it's a masterpiece. I didn't expect that going in. Actually, I thought it was going to be just like this awesome jailbreak movie, but it was way more than that.
Yeah, I remember. This is gonna be my last thing because I'm totally creaming myself about this movie. But the Ground for Life 27. I remember when the trailer for this first came out, he said, man, that movie looks dumb. I was laughing at the trailer the whole time. That movie's going to be stupid. And then, of course, I said, and I remember somebody asked me, but after Green Lantern, they go, what do you think the surprise movie this summer is going to be? And I said, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And I was right, because this, I absolutely love the movie. And now, of course, after I see it, I go to the Ground for Life 27 and say, hey, I was right. And he's like, I never said that. So yeah, I'm calling you out. And he refuses to do a podcast with me because he knows I'm right. This movie is so good. I don't know what he gave it because he doesn't have time to post reviews anymore. But yeah, totally great movie.
Did any of the other guys go?
No, everybody's still here.
Oh no, I mean did like Alan and
oh no, it's your turn.
Oh okay. Well, my number 2 pick is what was originally my favorite movie of the year, but it is Super 8. Super 8 was brilliant.
I love that movie, but every time I hear that title, thanks a lot, Nicki Minaj, because I get that stupid Nicki Minaj song that's stuck in my head. I think of Super Bass.
Oh, but yeah, when I first heard the title, I was like, what? Is it like one of those like cheesy superhero movies or something where it's like? So did I. I thought it was a superhero movie at first. Like, so I was like, but when I saw it, it wasn't even the monster. Honestly, the monster was like my least favorite part of the movie. It was chemistry between the kids that was just great.
And it is the and I don't care what I said this before the summer. I'm gonna say it again. It's the first it is the only other prequel to. It's the only other Cloverfield movie that we're ever gonna have. I think it is the. It is the Cloverfield prequel or sequel that we deserve, but people never seem that we're never gonna get, and I loved it.
Because like before I saw Super 8, or I even knew about Super 8, I was like, okay, I'd like to see a Cloverfield sequel because I love Cloverfield. But after seeing Super 8, I'm like, they can't because J.J. Abrams topped himself with the greatest monster movie I've seen in a while. So it's like, what's the point of making a Cloverfield 2? He already made it, and it was even better than Cloverfield. So. You know, I love Cloverfield, but at this point, I don't think we need a sequel anymore. Yeah,
it was like J.J. Abrams said, alright, let's make the prequel to Cloverfield. But this time, let's have much more memorable characters and a better, tight story. And
also, like, I just...
go from there, yeah.
Again, it didn't even need them. If it was just about the kids making the movie... and the kids like witnessing something bad, like even they could have still witnessed the train crash and show how it like affected them.
Yeah. They could have been. They could have been in. Honestly, they could have been in like 9/11 or something. I know how serious that, but they could have been in something like that, just witnessing this terrible event. It's a character-driven movie. Yeah, I totally agree.
And it like the kids are the driving point, and that's like honestly the best kid acting I've seen since Stand By Me, which is an amazing movie by the way.
Yeah.
And but like honestly, and I know. Call me crazy, but I think Joel Courtney, the guy who put Joel Courtney and Elle Fanning, should be nominated for Oscars.
You're crazy. No, I'm kidding. I actually agree, but once again, I think that the Oscars should have like a breakout performer of the year, because they do at the BAFTAs, which is the British Oscars. So, for like breakout stars. So I could, and I see both of those. I think they both are going to have really good careers, and I think all those, I really like all those actors, and kudos to J.J. Abrams being able to direct those people, because I'm sure they were good actors before, but they were good actors who gave great performances. So
speaking of Joel Courtney, apparently I'm on his IMDb page right now, and apparently he's going to do a Sawyer.
Really?
I'd love to see. I think he'll be great. I
got also Jake T. Austin. I don't know who that is. It's also,
oh my god! Oh no!
It's also got the kid who plays Gibby in it. Gibby. So.
Oh, that's a kid from Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah, Jake T. Austin.
Yeah.
Is he like the younger brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well then.
Oh, but
So I like him.
who are we at? You were on Dom. Dom, what is your number 2 favorite movie of the summer?
Numero dos, I would say, and like I talked to you on Facebook the other day, Chris, for a little bit. We had that comment thread going, and I told you, okay, I'm not gonna say what because it's my number 1 now. I'm gonna say it over. It's Cowboys and Aliens, which I thought was pretty good. And what I liked about the movie that I didn't expect is that it kept you on the edge of your seat because you didn't know what was gonna happen. Like they didn't tell you in the beginning of the movie, like, oh yeah, this guy got abducted by aliens and this and that happened, and they're taking the people. You had to figure everything out at the same time with the character. And I loved that.
I will... Go ahead.
Like, for me, Cowboys and Aliens, I knew it was going to be fun, but it was a lot more intense than I thought it would be. Like, I almost kind of compared it to Aliens, because, like, they're both, like, really intense, like, science fiction, almost kind of horror movies, because, like, to be honest, Cowboys and Aliens scared me at times, because I actually saw it at the world premiere, if you guys didn't know, because I was lucky to go there.
Oh, did you really? Damn.
Yeah, because, like, actually, Jon Favreau, like, read my dad's tweet saying, oh, do you have any ideas on how we could get into the world premiere? And Jon Favreau read the tweet, and he sent us tickets, which is the coolest thing ever.
Are you serious?
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Man, you know what? I am seriously going to... I had Cowboys and Aliens as a 6. I am going to raise my rating to a 7. Because that is so... such a class act, such a cool thing to do. Man, that is really sweet. I had no idea that is awesome.
Jon Favreau's the man.
Jon Favreau is the man, especially after that. Yeah.
Jon Favreau's Ron Howard.
He gave this fantastic speech before the beginning of the movie because he had this great analogy about like his Christmas with his family compared to the movie, and he gave this amazing speech that had the crowd shaking. I loved that before the movie. Like we had, in order to get into the movie, we had to have these golden tickets. So before the movie started, he said, "Here are your golden tickets. So welcome to the Chocolate Factory," which I thought was really cool. And but yeah, like going back to the actual movie because I kind of rambled on. it was like the whole crowd loved it. I know it was a world premiere, but they loved it. But one thing that was annoying is that there's this girl behind me who we were all being frightened by the movie, but the tiniest little jump scare, she was screaming at the top of it was fun, but it was annoying because like to see with like no ringers like in the boat or whatever, the upside down boat, and he's like stalked by the alien. The alien jumped out. She was like, ah! And like
that wasn't even a jump scare though.
And whatever, and he was in the cave. Alien jumps out. Ah! The tiniest little thing, gunshot. Ah! Jump.
What I want to say about the movie is that I think that what's his name? Daniel Craig defines the word badass because of that movie. Like all the times when somebody walks up to him and gets in his face, and he just gives him one like to the nuts or to the face. Yeah, it's just off. Like I love that scene when him and Harrison Ford's son are in the jail, and he like grabs him by his shirt and pulls his face.
Yeah.
Watch that scene all day.
That's what makes I finally figured out what makes him so great as not only Bond but as that character is that with one look, you know like everything that this character is about, everything that this character is up to and is thinking of, just based on a look, and I think that makes him such a great actor. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Yeah, there are a lot of good things about this movie, about that movie for sure.
I want to say what you said in your review. I do think that they did do a terrible job with Sam Rockwell's character because I do think he is a good actor. Yeah, but they made him look really campy.
But so that was number 2. Alan, or not? Yeah, Alan. It's you haven't said your number 2, have you?
Yeah, my number 2 is a movie that I want to say surprised me, but I was like, it was better than I thought it would be because I like this franchise. I'm just not a big geek about it. But this movie really surprised me, and that's Harry Potter Part 2. I like the franchise. I'm just not in love with it, but I thought the movie was absolutely fantastic. It was amazing.
I love how there's like 7 titles for that movie. There's Harry Potter Part 2, Harry Potter 7 Part 2, Harry Potter 8, Harry Potter 7.2.
Harry Potter 7.5.
That's what I call it. I call it Harry Potter 7.5.
Really?
Yeah, just because I'm lazy.
I would say though, I was at the same point you were. At one point, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's another year, another Harry Potter. I might as well go see it." But like over the summer, when I watched every single film, the more I got into it, and the more I watched it, like the more I fell in love with the Harry Potter franchise. Like I feel like the first one just came out, and I just went to the movies and just saw it, and I just started liking Harry Potter. Like it makes me feel like a kid again.
Yeah.
Which is great.
But at the same time, it doesn't that. It has. This is I'm gonna actually one of my minor complaints I'm gonna say about Planet of the Apes is that Harry Potter didn't have those moments. It had awesome moments that weren't like throwbacks to other films. There were movies that there were parts in the movie like Neville. We all knew at this point that Neville was was a dork, but had it have been like another movie, most people would have had a scene where Neville says I'll fight you, like he did in the first one. But no, instead his character said everything that he needed to say, and awesome direction in that movie. Yeah, totally awesome movie. I couldn't agree more.
Was at the point in part 1 he gets 30 seconds of fixed time when the guy's coming to the train. He's just like, "Hey losers, if you're looking for him, he's not here." I was like, all right, I've had enough of this character. But they brought it back to me, and after that, was I want to hear it because you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like that his scene in the first one. It's like after watching the second one, I appreciate it more because with that scene, it's like, oh god, this guy's trying too hard to be a badass. But and you could tell that with part 2, he was trying too hard to be a badass. But by the end of it, he was a badass. You're watching it, and you're like, oh, every single line, him I gotta find Luna. I tell her I love her. We'll probably both be dead, but I literally got chills right now. No joke, I've actually got chills just thinking about it.
I'm getting chills right now too.
Yeah, but yeah, such an amazing movie, and I think it's am I up? It's my number. It's number 1 now. But yeah, this is probably a little bit anticlimactic, but my number 1 is Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 2. I think. What?
I said continuing our conversation.
Exactly. Yeah, I just wanted to say because I thought people would be like, you skipped your number 1, but I thought this was really when people say that Hollywood films do not have the originality or the type of storytelling that they used to have, I would say watch the Harry Potter movies, and especially watch this one.